We have to reflect the eyeballs that watch us. Those are the words of Marysol Castro, who earlier this year became Major League Baseball's first ever Latina PA announcer and the first female PA announcer for the New York Mets. Today, she's sharing her story about breaking barriers, getting ahead in male-dominated fields, and why representation matters.
You are breaking barriers left and right, girl. It's really exciting.
I have to tell you, it's I don't stop enough to think about it.
Yep.
And so when I hear you say it,
Yep.
it's like, is she talking about me right now?
About you. We need to take the moment and feel it because it's just unbelievable. And you've spent your career, when I look at this, you really start as the only in a lot of places in your life.
It's very true. I am the first person, no longer only, first person in my family to go to college.
Yes.
Puerto Rican, Catholic, quarter Jew, goes to Quaker boarding school in Pennsylvania, because isn't that what we all do?
That's totally typical.
Yeah.
Typical story.
But to your point, I have sort of looked at the landscape in front of me, even from when I was a little girl growing up in the Bronx, New York, and said, what can I do to disrupt that?
What are the steps you take when you feel like, in a way, nobody before you, when you're the only, and certainly when you're the first, it feels like nobody before you has done it. What are the steps you take to do it?
For me, learning has always been an important step in whatever it is that I took. I think you look at our businesses, some of it is luck, some of it is timing.
Yep.
But I've never lost sight of the goal, which is to be the best version of myself. I never thought I would be on TV. I never thought I would be the PA announcer for the New York Mets. And I think because I've been open to those experiences and I've never said no to a meeting, that all of these blessings have sort of fallen into my life in some weird serendipitous way.
How do you hold your own when you come in and you're in this male-dominated field, surrounded by men? How do you hold your own?
In many ways, my mom, I was raised in a single home. My dad died when I was 10. She really raised us without a gender. I grew up thinking all girls don't play stickball. All girls don't want to play with G.I. Joes instead of Barbies. So for me, it was like, oh, this is normal. So when I saw the traditional, girls wear pink and all of this, I was like, huh. And now I'm raising two boys who loved playing with dolls, who love pink. One of my son's teammates said, Gavin, you throw like a girl. And he said, I hope so. Have you seen my mom throw? Regardless whether I was working at Good Morning America or Channel 11 or ESPN, very male-dominated world, I just showed up and did my job, knowing that the vast majority of my professional life, I've been surrounded by men, interviewed mostly men. It's been the norm for me. It's almost as if I don't really know anything else. So it's sort of become my normal. And I've been fortunate that I've been respected. Sure, there have been situations where people look at me and they want to test maybe why. I'm short, I'm 5'2", I'm a woman, I'm Latina. So I know I have to work twice as hard as everyone else. It doesn't stop me. And sometimes it's fun, and sometimes I wake up in the morning and I'm like, Castro, what are you doing?
But you just do it.
You just do it.
You had a quote recently that I loved. It talked about how the camera lens needs to reflect the people who are watching. What do you think is holding us back from having that be more the case?
What I have learned through trial and error is that living in this country, it's sort of been, well, you guys have your own stations, right? Like you have the Spanish language stations. The problem is, while that may have been true for my mother's generation, I'm 44, and my contemporaries, though we may think in Spanish, we consume our information in English. So, I've always thought that there should be, in the general market, more Black and brown faces, more Latina faces. When I first started in television, it was the year 2000. And I kind of was just like, all right, I'm going to do this. Always cognizant of the fact that I was probably the only Latina in the newsroom, maybe one of two. And as I quickly moved through the ranks, I always looked around and said, here I am again by myself. And I chose not to harp on that. I chose to just say, girl, you're here. So do it
and work.
Yeah. And, as I grew up and got married and got divorced, and I'm a single mom of two boys.
Yep.
It's important to me that they know that I work hard so that the tapestry of their life is different. And even for all the women who come after me.
Yep.
I actually saw something yesterday that said, it was on Twitter, was something like, I don't understand how women's heads don't explode every day when they see something else in the news that is just demeaning. And we're in it because there's a whole slew of women behind us who we have to do that for. And that's, I don't take that lightly at all.
And so it's about, what I see is that you are paving the way for women who were like you, but much earlier in their career. So they have people to look up to.
There's space.
There is
space out there for all of us to do it.
There is. Thank you, Marty. I'm so happy you came on the show today.
Thank you so much.
We love that.